Well, hey guys, I'm Paul. Welcome to my kitchen. I just love Chinese food, and one of my favorite things are the fried dumplings. Sometimes they call them pot stickers because when you cook them, they tend to stick on one side on the pan, but they are so yummy. I've worked on this recipe, I make it all the time, and I just love it to bits. Alright, so the first thing, we've got a full chunk here of Napa cabbage. I just love Napa cabbage. I'm only going to use probably the top part of it here. See, what happens is you get these thick chunks, which really is not what we're after. So I don't use a lot of recipes. I like to create, I like to tweak, to make things my own. Like if I do a dish, it's usually a little bit different every time. I'm always changing things up. So I'm just now taking out some of the big hunks. But I get that from, I guess one of my heroes was Bob Ross. He was the Joy of Painting guy, you know. You've probably seen him back in the day. But he did things different, you know. Everybody used to use a tiny little paintbrush, and they would sit there all day, for days, weeks, months, working on a painting. And he came along and used a 2-inch, a big old brush, you know. And in 30 minutes time, he did a wonderful masterpiece, you know, a beautiful picture. And he taught people how to do it, and he taught people not to be afraid of experimenting. And that's what I like. Okay, so one of the things, I keep this part of the onion with the roots. I keep the white part, and I put them on my windowsill in a little thing of water, and they will grow another onion. They won't do it forever, but they'll do a second one. So I think that's kind of a neat little thing. That way I always have some fresh green onion in case I forgot to buy more at the store. So that looks about right. We will put this in with the Napa cabbage. So here I've got my Napa cabbage, I've got my green onions, and to that I've got a package here of fresh ground pork, and it is just under a pound worth. A little bit more, a little bit less isn't going to make a difference. I'll add that to it. Now to this, you want to add some soy sauce. I kind of like the Kikkoman, the low sodium. Not sponsored by them, of course, but just a little bit will do you. We're going to mix this up, and it will be our filling for our pot stickers. Alright, so here I've got 6 cups of flour, and I'm going to start adding water to it. There's 2 cups. And that's all it takes, water and flour, to make the shells of the pot stickers. Now personally, I cannot do this without getting a little bit messy. I get, like when I do my pizza, end up with flour all over, flour on the floor, flour on my shirt, flour everywhere. Now this is good. That's just 3 cups of water, right about there. You don't want it too wet and gooey like. You want it where it holds a shape. This is looking good. We're going to pick up some more flour when we roll out our shells. Okay, so here is just a shallow baking pan's about 1 inch deep. I just do that to kind of control some of the damage as far as flour going everywhere. So I've got about half of the dough right here. It's a lot easier to work with just half of it. There's no easy way about doing this, I guess. The only trick I know is to put some flour on your hands. It's just like making your pizza dough. Okay, now this is where all the knife lovers, they go, oh, don't. But seriously, I'm not cutting into the metal. I'm just making a small, you know, you're not pushing. Not dulling the blade any. Yeah, we just want probably smaller than a tennis ball and slightly bigger than a golf ball, kind of a, depends how big you want the Potstickers. Like, I guess if you want really tiny ones like some people do, you'll have to roll out a whole bunch of them. I've seen some Chinese restaurants where they just have really small ones, then other ones are bigger. I guess I'm kind of going for a medium size. So if you have a rolling pin, if you want to roll it out a little, you certainly can. Just doing it by hand usually gets it, I mean, you don't want it paper thin. I go for something, I don't know what that is, probably 1/8 of an inch thick, you know. We're not particular. Okay, so now we want to get our inside stuff. Now this is one dish where I think you may as well give up trying to be super clean. You're going to get your fingers a little dirty. So you may as well get into it. We want to, I guess less is more kind of thing. You don't want to overpack them. And what I do is I dip my fingers in the water and I just kind of go along the edges kind of roughly and make it, fold it over. Now this is where if you want to be particular and get it just perfect, you can spend there all day probably and use a fork maybe and get it to look super, but hey, for me that's about good enough. Okay, you just flatten it out a little. Come in there with your stuffing. It smells fantastic. Now with some water. I have a little bit too much in this one. There we go. And the water just kind of like acts like glue. For some reason, it just keeps the two flour ends together nice. It's as easy as that. Now these are turning out a little bit larger than you'll see a lot of restaurants. You can make them smaller. It depends how much time you want to spend on doing it. You know, make this your own. These are going to be so good, I promise you. Okay, so I've coated, not deeply, but just coated the bottom with some canola oil. Yep, it's sizzling, so it's ready. Let's drop some of these in there. I always try to leave a little space between them. And I usually end up having to do a couple different loads of them. and we'll cover them so you don't get grease all over. Now with these, of course, we're going to use a digital thermometer. We want them to get up to about at least 170, but I take it well beyond that. Alright guys, let's see how they've been on there about 20 minutes. Pull that off. Stick our probe in there. And I'm getting 185. And I'm getting 190. 192, so I'd say they're definitely good to go. Now that's how you want the bottom to look. Nice and golden brown. Alright guys, so the last step's the easiest step. I'm going to start with a little bit of the sriracha, however you say it. Probably a good tablespoon there. Here I've got some rice vinegar. Regular vinegar will do. I'll just go for like a capful. And then we're going to just top it off with our soy sauce. Just till you get it a little bit on the brown side when it goes from red to brown. There we go. Yeah, just right. Now that will be some nice spicy with a bit of zip and tang for dipping in. Alright guys, well here is the finished product and we're going to give it a try. Cut right through that. We're going to dip it in our dipping sauce, get it all covered up so it's nice and dripping. It's going to be nice and spicy. I'm telling you, if you make it, you are going to love it. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you're a Chinese lover like I am, guaranteed you'll be coming back to this recipe time and time again. So, good or bad, let me know what you think. Till next time, we'll see you.